Hi, my name is Quirk, and I've been building models for about 20 years and got into ships pretty heavily about 10 years ago. And this is my latest, the USS Truman, and it took top honors at the IPMS Nationals this year. And Timothy Dyke, the owner of ModelWarships.com, has asked me to shoot a short video featuring the ship here. So here it is. This started out with the Trumpeter Nimitz kit. As it's kitted, it's 1975 era, and I wanted to do a more modern version, and I brought it up to year 2005. And in doing so, to bring it up to modern standards, all the sponsons, weapons sponsons, and radar platforms had to be scratch built. The island had to be modified, extended, different radar arrays, and the Sea Sparrow platform was reshaped. Just a difference in the Truman, I guess, from the Nimitz. Hangar deck is completely scratch built. All the kit gives you is the floor, so the walls, ceiling, all the detail in there, which I can light it up here if Tim can get in there. All that is completely scratch built. Printed my own decals for the walls, and just detailed it as much as I could think of. My references mostly from the internet. A lot of good people on ModelWarships.com shared their photos with me and pointed me in different websites, so it was a great help. Aircraft in there have been modified and detailed with landing gear doors, open canopies, scratch-built cockpits, repositioned flight controls. Opened up, some of the nose cones and stuff to show maintenance in there and stuff like that. All of the utility carts were scratch built, just out of pieces of plastic. What else? Of course, I lit up the hangar deck with LED lights, battery powered. Flight deck was modified a bit. I started out filling in the overscale tie-down points. They were just way too deep, so I filled those in with Mr. Surfacer and made them more to scale. All the flight deck markings are painted on, or the lines are painted on. The decals, like the number and stuff, are decals. The elevator warning stripes are decals also. Everything else is painted. Catwalks are completely scratch built. I used the photo etch floor from White Ensign Models as the see-through grading, and I just thought it'd be easier to completely take the kit catwalks off and just scratch build them. So basically did that, glued the floor in place, and just started building the catwalks out of sheet styrene, and it took a while, but it was worth it. It came out real nice, real happy with it. The flight deck netting, safety netting, is from Gold Medal Models. A little bit modified. The Truman doesn't have the bridle catchers that some of the Nimitz class do, so Gold Medal Models gives you the right parts to compensate for that. Again, on the aircraft, we have open canopies, pylons, drop tanks, you name it. The air wing decals are correct for the Truman in 2005. Starfighter decals made those for me. Can't say enough good about them. They're just gorgeous and just really make all the difference to me. All the aircraft are Trumpeter parts except for the F-18s. I used the Tamiya kit parts there. I just think they looked better and they were easier to build. Again, all the utility carts and all that are scratch built. The deck tractors are a mix of kit parts and Goffy models. Makes this a really nicely detailed set of tractors, so I use those. I also added details to those, like fire extinguishers and what have you. The Tilly crane is completely scratch built. I was real happy with how that turned out. There's no kit available of the updated tractor, and I basically just started with bits and pieces of plastic, and that's how it turned out. Like I said, I was real happy with that. The island, again, was converted, updated. The mast is completely scratch built. The back of the island had to be extended and different platforms added, and I just did that with styrene again. The radar domes are a mix of little wooden craft balls, BBs. The domes, I actually made a couple of the domes by chucking a piece of sprue in a Dremel and just turning it on and sanding it to a dome shape. So a lot of different things I had to do and try. The Sea Sparrow launchers are scratch built. I was going to originally use the Tamiya parts from their Enterprise kit, and they're just way over scale, and ended up scratch building those, so those came out pretty nice. The island also is lit up with fiber optics. I lit up the island number. Basically, after the decal's in place, drilled holes around it and installed a fiber optic cable and powered it with one of the LEDs inside the hangar deck, and that seemed to be a favorite feature at the Nationals. That's all I heard was how neat that was and how much everybody enjoyed it. So, photo etch from Gold Medal models, White models. Like I have drop tank racks and the hangar deck from Tom's Model Works. So a lot of different manufacturers and parts. Of course, a lot of scratch built. Oh, the flag. I just thought it'd be neat. I've never seen anybody do it. I've seen pictures, on the internet of a photo op, if you want to call it that. And I basically just found a picture of a flag on the internet and printed it out onto white decal paper and laminated that to a piece of really thin tinfoil so I could shape it. And when you get the photo etch crew members, a lot of them have that goofy pose with their arms in the air, and I thought, well, that was just perfect. So I put them all in place and draped the flag over them, and kind of formed the flag with a soft brush to conform to the guys, and thought that turned out pretty neat as well. All the antennas, the side antennas were replaced with thin wire, more to scale. And I've got 3 Seahawk helicopters on here, and they were made by veteran models, and the detail on these things just blows me away. I use the Starfighter decals on them, but just the overall detail. You get 2 Seahawks in the kit. One of them comes with the folded tail and tailplane, so you can store it, make it look right. Of course, the other one comes extended. Even gives you, drop tanks. You just, again, the detail on these is mind-blowing, and really makes the ship. Best thing out there as far as an SH-60 goes. Veteran Models also makes modern weapon systems, and I did use their Phalanx gun systems. And again, if Tim can zoom in on that, detail on these things, just better than anything I've ever seen from anybody. So I use those throughout the ship, and just really makes a difference. They're just gorgeous parts. My nameplate, I think, looks pretty neat. A good friend of mine, he's a graphic artist, Rick Brownlee, designed it for me, and I had it printed at a trophy shop, and I thought it was a nice final touch to the model. And I think that's it. About covers it.